Get ready to experience the pulse of the outdoor community as we dive into the stories of people's journeys into the outdoor world. Hello, my name is Mitch Dean, and I am your host here on the Outdoor Pulse. Welcome to the first episode. I'm super excited to get going right now and really get recording and just start rolling with everything. So just a little bit about what this episode is going to be about. This is a pre-episode more than anything because I don't actually have a guest on, but starting off with this one just to kind of give you a little bit of an idea who I am and my journey through the outdoors, and share my own to start a little bit, and also just to tell you a little bit about the podcast, what I plan on doing with it and where I plan on going with it and what my vision is for this. So let's just dive right into it then, shall we? And I'm going to start with the podcast part. And what I really envision this podcast being is just a place where people in the outdoor community can share their experience in how they got into the outdoors, their upbringing in it, and what they do in it now, and that journey into how they got to where they're at. That's what I'm trying to show. I want people to come on, share their stories from all over the outdoor community, and just show how different each of our stories is and how each one of us got to where we are in the outdoor community and how different we all experience the outdoors. Each person, we all live in the same planet, so we have the same playground to play in, but everyone's story and everyone's journey into the outdoors is totally different. Even within the same industry, within the same sport, it's always so different. And I love the diversity of everyone's stories and how they got into what they're doing. So, and I moved out to Denver and started meeting some people and hearing stories. And I was already working on a couple small projects. Well, one was huge, but working on some projects, and I kind of pivoted into this because it seemed like something that I'd really want to do, and gathering stories from around the outdoor community just sounds like an awesome project to kind of throw myself at. And I'm looking forward to really getting some really great stories on here to share with you guys and just show you the diversity of the whole outdoor community and how awesome we all are. So that's my plan. And long term, obviously, I want this to be an in-person interview. And if this gets big enough, which hopefully it does, fingers crossed, I can have an actual recording studio and have my own studio to bring people into and actually have in-person interviews, which would be completely amazing. And I'm looking forward to growing this and really making this as crisp and clean and well edited for you guys as I can, and just getting those stories out there for you guys to listen to. So just super excited to get going. And moving on to the next part, I will go into a little bit about myself and my outdoor experience. So I'll start from the beginning, how I got into the outdoors and what I do. So I started skiing at a super young age, around 5 years old. My dad got me into it on this small little bump in the land called Perfect North Slopes in Indiana, back in the Midwest. And I didn't really get out west until my freshman year of college. Yeah. So with skiing in the Midwest, yeah, there wasn't like a ton to get outside and do. But I was a kid who had woods behind my house, grew up playing in the creek and all that kind of stuff, getting dirty, climbing trees. So even though I was not doing like the actual outdoor sports like mountain biking, climbing, I grew up outside. So once I got to college, I joined the Mountaineers. And the Mountaineers are a ragtag group of a bunch of people who kind of do everything in the outdoors, kayak, mountain bike, climb, all of that. And just an awesome group. It was a great group to become a part of, and really found my identity there and threw myself into the outdoor community. Plus, Ohio State has a free climbing gym. Well, not free. It comes with cost of, tuition. So but it was there, and it's one of the best college walls that I've ever seen. Might be the best out there, but I'm sure that there's probably one better, but it has to be up there. It's pretty big. They did a great job resetting the walls, but that's where I really started to get into climbing, and I really started throwing myself into the outdoors. Climbing was the big thing that got me outside, drove me down to getting down to the Red River Gorge a bunch to climb with friends, stay at Miguel's, eat some pizza, go out, climb. Just an awesome community to be a part of. And you met people from all over down there. I mean, you met people from, I've met people from Spain, from Germany, from Canada, from all over the place, and then all over the U.S. too. It's such a mecca for climbing in the East. It was a great place to be going and just experiencing the outdoors. And I didn't go outside to climb till my freshman summer. So in 1 year in college, my dad took me and my sister out my freshman year to the mountains in Colorado to ski at Steamboat. And I just fell in love with the mountains then at that point too. So started with that, and then that summer I got into rock climbing outside. I went for the first time and just fell in love. It was an amazing experience, and I started going a bunch after that, and it's just become a part of my life now. Looking forward to getting into the community out here and experiencing climbing out in Colorado now. So when I'm able to do that, I will definitely be hitting up the crags out here, and I'm super excited. And when I was not, so that was more of a fall sport, and I would get out during the fall. And during the winter, I would always try and take a trip with the ski club, their trip every year out west to go skiing. And those were, oh my God, amazing experiences too. Aspen, Copper, it was just one of those things where I got out more, and the more you get out to the mountains, the more they become a part of your life and the more that you need them. So after I graduated, I moved back to Cincinnati and kind of just kept throwing myself at climbing after I graduated. And I was working my first job post-college, and I was climbing a bunch at the local gym, getting down to the Red since I was only 2 hours away as much as I could, especially during the fall. And then I missed 2 winters of getting out here to ski at all. So I finally decided it was time to make the move and move out to Denver and just get out west and be closer to the mountains. See where life takes me after that. So moved out here, and it's been amazing. I love it. I love being so close to the mountains. An hour or two drive to go hike a summit, do anything like that. Just an amazing experience already. So happy I made the move. And also once I moved out here, that's when everything kind of came together with this idea for a project for getting people's stories told about how they got into the outdoor community. So since I've been out here, I've was working a job, and then I started working on building this also. And I've been building out the website. I got all the gear that I needed, and I've just been throwing myself at it. And I really want to just be working in the outdoor industry and working in the outdoor community. And I don't see any better way than kind of carving out my own spot and just making myself a spot in that outdoor community, and while also giving people a voice to have their stories told to everybody. So super excited to get started, and you guys are in for a treat with these first stories / guests / interviews just to start. I mean, we're starting off really hard, I feel like, and just some great individuals with some amazing stories. We got people who climb, we got people who ski, we got people who mountain bike, we got people who skydive, we got people who've been nomads and kind of a little bit of everything. You got bikers, it already covers the gambit. So I'm so happy that I was able to find these amazing guests to start off, and I'm so excited to start sharing their stories. And I'm going to be doing the first 5 kind of at the same time as a big drop and a big release. And then after that, I'm going to be doing the rest in a weekly fashion. So once a week, I'll be releasing a new podcast with a new guest. And that's kind of where that is headed right now. So that's my backstory, how I got out here to where I'm at in Colorado right now, and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And that's pretty much everything. So as of right now, super excited that I just finished my first video with you guys, and I'm looking forward to getting those first interviews done and getting those stories out there. So stay tuned and keep an eye on my socials and everything like that, and keep an eye for when that release date is going to be set. So I do not know when the exact release date's going to be yet. I will probably know more once I actually start videoing and getting those first ones done. Once I can start working on editing and seeing how long that's going to take me per episode, I can give you guys a really solid date after that and just set a release date for then. And leading up to the release, I'm probably going to do a couple highlights of my initial guests and kind of highlight on my socials who they are and just a picture of them. So leading up to the release of those first 5 episodes, I'm probably going to have a 5-day buffer and have 5 days where I just release info about each of those first 5 videos. And then on the last day, just release them all to you guys. So initial drop's going to be 5, and then the rest are all going to come in a weekly manner. So I will have them videoed and done, and then I will take the week to edit them, and I will be able to release those on a weekly basis at that point. So super excited. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, just so that you can keep up, follow along, and see this journey as it keeps moving forward. So super excited. If you're watching this, thank you very much. Please, please, please share this with your friends who are into the outdoor community and love hearing outdoor stories, or even your friends that aren't totally into the outdoors but just love hearing amazing stories from people. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you on the next episode.